Okay.
Okay, so have you guys ever been in like a class where the teachers are doing all they can to get the students to learn, and there's still that one student who sits there, he doesn't care, he's on his phone, or like he's just slacking off. So a Chinese proverb once said, teachers open the door, but you must enter by yourself. And I completely agree with this, and I'm going to use examples from our whole school life, ranging from elementary school, high school, and college. So in elementary school, like in kindergarten per se, we all know how to count to 10, we all know our ABCs. So like we've retained that, we can tell at that age, we've listened as like we're young, we love learning new information. And as you'll still be passed on to the next grade level no matter what, it's not always like that. So for my second example, high school, you have to learn, the teacher gives you the information, however you have to apply that yourself. So as you enter the door by yourself, that's meaning like you pass your classes with C's or better, or like just moving on to the next class, as you can be held back and like it's your fault, like no one else's fault but yours. And we all choose to like enter the door or not. And as you can tell, as my third example, college, we all have entered the door. As we've all decided to come here. We could have stopped after 12th grade. We could have stopped before that, 16, but we haven't. And I'm pretty sure we've all had exams where the teacher, they lecture, they give us everything we need, they even give us study hints, but it's up to you to choose to study or not. So for example, my human sexuality class, she gives us lectures, she gives us everything, and she also gives us study hints exactly what's going to be on the quiz. And the past two exams I looked at the study hints, and I like studied, I've done it, but the last one that we took, I wasn't like particularly into studying. I was lazy, I had to work, I was tired, I was like, no, I'm not into this. So I didn't study as excessively as I did for my first one, and you can tell by my grade as it was like a little bit lower, but it wasn't that much worse. So you can tell that like in the first exam I entered the door, but like in the second one I was like half-heartedly in it. So altogether, teachers, they open the door for you, but you must enter it yourself, as you must take their information that you learned and apply it in everyday life, as it's not their fault if you don't learn or not, it's only yours. Thank you.
All right, I like the rhetorical question example that you have at the beginning. There's a clear tie-in to what your purpose statement is going to be. You've got a good preview of what you're going to be talking about. I think you need a little bit more detail on your first couple of examples. You've got most of the detail on your most recent experience, probably because that's the easiest one for you to remember, although I'm sure that there are things that you're going to remember when you are in the car on the way home later on. You're going to say, oh, I could have said that, I could have said that. A lot of people give a better speech in the car on the way home than they did right here in class. Your presentation issues, generally you're looking at the audience, that's good. There are some good gestures, mostly they're indicators. There's one place where you're actually counting things off. You do want to be a little bit careful. You might have missed that discussion that we had with the previous speaker about the topic in your hand. When you've got it in your hand, you have a tendency to not quite play with it, but you're passing it back and forth and you look at it a lot. And there's really nothing there other than the topic, so it's probably best to get it out of your hand. I thought there was a good personal example on that last point, and like I said, for the most part, I think you're doing things pretty well. Maybe your posture could be a little bit stronger because your knees are bent sort of awkwardly. You won't notice it on the video because we just get you from the waist up. If I pull back a little bit, you'll see that it would look a little bit awkward. So try to stand a little bit more confidently. All right, thank you.